vegetation. No meat, cutting out the GMOs. Gotta respect my living divination. It don't happen overnight, it's a process of elimination. Niggas gotta revolutionize themselves, so we talk about revolutionizing any country.
Prophesizing. It's your boy Mr. Grimm to the Reapa, and you're now tuned in to Straight Facts TV.
If your fans can only remember you by one thing and only one thing, what would you want them to remember you by?
Damn. That I stayed true. And once again, not to sound cliche, but that I stayed true to myself and my divine self and who I really am and what I want to put out there. It's being real, you know what I'm saying? I always respected the realest artists. Back in the days, you know, Ice Cube and Pac and all these cats, they were real. It was more about your reality. What's your reality as an artist that you want to portray to the masses? And that's what I want to be. I want to be that kind of artist, not just the one hit, not just the money.
So where did the name Mr. Grimm to the Reaper originate from?
I mean, really, cause I be killing these other rappers out here, you know what I'm saying? But also, you know, it used to be an acronym like God's reason is mine, Grimm, and then realistic energies are present always. But I don't really run with that as much anymore, cause now everybody got acronym names. So now it's just I be killing all these rappers out here. You feel me?
Where are you originally from?
I was born in Miami, raised all over Florida. I done lived in Central Florida, Broward, Dade, Palm Beach, Pasco County, Hernando County. So I'm really like a all-around representative of Florida.
Where in Miami you from?
Carroll City, Miami Gardens.
So what's your ethnicity?
Puerto Rican. I say that to be easier, you know what I'm saying? But I'm all mixed up, black, white, Native American, Cherokee, and Taino. You know what I'm saying?
When and why did you start making music?
I started when I was real young. I really want to say my homeboy got me started. Basically like freestyling at lunch and stuff like that, freestyling at the crib, and then eventually it became something I took serious.
What's the meaning behind your music?
I try to make music that's either relatable or music that you can learn from. It's different meanings, it's different, totally different subjects on each song. I really try not to rap about the same subject more than once, unless I'm on a feature, you know what I'm saying? But I'm not like the always rapping about weed rapper, always making money rapper, always getting hope. But I have songs for each of those subjects.
How do you feel your personality is reflected into your music?
I think it is actually reflected pretty well, because I'm sort of actually a goofy kind of dude. So I be having little funny lines, little slick lines. And I also am a deep thinking person. So I be having a lot of political and spiritual lines in all my music. It reflects me very well.
What's the goal you're trying to reach with your music?
I want to wake people up. And when I mean wake people up, I want people to be more free in their mentality on how they maneuver, period. My bad, bro.
What are your goals that you're trying to reach with your music?
I really want to wake people up. I want people to be free in their thought, free in their spirit. You know what I'm saying? And I want people to think deeper about life concerning everything. It's my main goal.
How do you feel like you developed over your career?
I think I'm constantly evolving. Like every time there's a new artist, I incorporate something from that new artist, even if I don't like them. I'm always studying. I'm always experiencing stuff. I always try to talk a lot about what I'm going through while also applying stuff I'm studying. And I feel like that always keeps me on my A game. I'm always trying to outdo myself, basically.
Okay. What's your motivation to keep pushing your music out there?
Not to sound cliche, but you know, I want to take care of my family, make sure my mama's straight, make sure my family's straight, make sure my homeboy's out the hood. You know, that's my main motivation, but also once again to waken people up. You know, I want people to be free spirits, free minds out here.
Do you have any advice for upcoming artists?
Invest in yourself. Don't just take the quick route. I mean, that can help sometimes. I've seen rappers boom, but don't sell your soul. You know, if you take that little check right now just to say you done made it, you might not be able to be the artist you want to be. You know what I'm saying?
Was it easy to learn your sound?
Yeah, for the most part. And like I said, it's constantly evolving. And I listen to so many different artists growing up, so many different styles, and I try to apply different styles. So I have my main basic raspy hype vibe about me, but I like to switch it up. I might do some whisper stuff. I might try to sing. You know what I'm saying? I might rap in my regular voice sometimes. So it's always about trying to be creative, be different.
Who helped influence your style the most?
Like famous people?
It could be anybody.
As far as famous people, I say like, you know, I'm sort of old school, like the Mysticals, Pastor Troy, 8-Ball MJG, Bun B, Tupac, Outkast. I say, you know, Trick Daddy, JT Money. Like as far as famous people, as far as like I said, like I started rapping in school with my homeboy. He really is the one that got me. Man, we could rap about anything. We put posters on the wall, put stuff. We rap about everything in the room, and it made me be able to be a little more, a better freestyler, and also when it came to writing, to be able to pull from everywhere and put it into one thing, formulate one thing out of it. So I say my homeboy, my dog Harry, Dirty Harry.
What kind of artist would you say you are?
I'm more conscious, but it's sort of hard to say that because I don't sound like Common or Talib Kweli. I still cuss like a motherfucker. I smoke a lot of weed. I done been trapping out here in these South Florida streets forever, so I got that little hood vibe mixed in. It's like crunk but conscious, street but spiritual. That's my swag.
How would you separate yourself from other Florida artists?
Probably the conscious thing, even though now there's more, you know, I give it to Kodak and some of these other artists, they got their little conscious vibes, but I feel like a lot of Florida artists just care about the club scene and the popping booty and all that stuff like that. And my music ain't really that. So that's what makes me a little different. And my voice. I have a unique voice when it comes to the rapping.
Are you an independent artist or are you signed to somebody?
Independent.
Why do you prefer to be independent?
Once again, my creativity. I don't want nobody controlling what I'm talking about, how I do it. I always do take advice when I'm in the studio. If I have a new engineer, if there's an artist in there, it could be a stranger in the studio. I take advice and I do incorporate that. But I don't want nobody controlling me. I'd rather just control myself, and I don't want to rush to put out music. Sometimes these labels push you, rush you to put out music, and you just putting out the quickest thing that comes to head, and sometimes that's good, but a lot of times it's better if you marinate on stuff and really be able to get into the creative process. And I don't have to worry about that with labels. You know what I'm saying?
What was your first introduction to music?
And I mean, I was born into music. I have family that's in the entertainment industry, not musicians, but like in Hollywood and shit like that. I got screenwriters and poets and all kind of big people, actors and stuff that's sort of kin to. So that motivated me entertainment wise to wanting to be in the entertainment industry. As far as music, I don't know. Everybody loves music. It's one of the best ways to get in somebody's subconscious and push them in whatever direction you're trying to push them into.
How do you feel like music has changed in the last 10 years?
Changed, especially hip hop has changed a lot, good and bad ways. I feel the bad ways, we got way more just dumb rap. You know, people just say whatever. Wayne says this, and now all the 30, 40, 50 new rappers all say the same line and act like they're so cleverly using the new line, but they're all saying the line Wayne or 2 Chainz done already said before. You know what I'm saying? That's the whack part about it. The good part about it is the fusion that hip hop's become. Now it's cool to sing and rap. Before it was like you were lame for doing that shit. Now you could be more creative. You could do different shit. You could put different sounds and auto tunes and stuff on your voice. You could do anything really. It's more of an open field. And back in the days too, it's like you had to do 4-minute songs. It had to be 3 verses of 16 bars. Now you can do two verse songs with 8 bars each, and the hook might be longer than the damn verses. And it's a new kind of creativity I really appreciate.
If you could change anything about the music industry right now, what would you change?
Me being a little more famous, I guess, you know what I'm saying? But really, I don't know, you know, I don't like I said, I don't like to be controlled, so I wouldn't want to be controlled. I mean, maybe more people being themselves, you know, maybe not. People are blowing up off of just being viral now. Now you can just do something stupid and now you're the next famous rapper, but it's not even because of your music. It's just because you did some stupid stuff in public or something. That's a little bit of the whack part to me. But even with that, I don't want to control that because it's cool that anybody can be a rapper in a way. You know, people are cooks and now they're rappers. People are teachers and they're rappers. You know, you could be an actor and start rapping. Lil Duval, the comedian, and he's a rapper. And he's got some pretty tight music. So ain't really much I would change. I just, you know, I would be famous.
What are some of the challenges of being who you are now?
It's not as challenging as it used to be, but when I first came out, me trying to do the conscious stuff, me talking about being vegan, me talking about conspiracy theories, talking about Hinduism, putting Hindu aspects into music, or Rastafarianism into music, into rap, wasn't respected. I even was almost blackballed out here. But now that's like, now everybody's trying to be vegan or everybody got locks. You know what I'm saying? My locks hang down to my feet. You know what I'm saying? But back when I had locks, it was like, it was rare. I mean, it was part of our South Florida culture, but it was rare for the industry. Not everybody has it. So, I don't know. I really wouldn't, I don't remember exactly the question, but I wouldn't change it. I wouldn't change anything with the music right now.
Do you have any new projects coming out soon?
Yes, I don't have names for them for you yet, but I do have a new album on the way. That's majority of it's done. I'm basically waiting on the features to get back to me. And I got an EP I'm working on with Young McFly. He's a producer that lives in California. He's from DC. We've worked together before in the past, but we're working on an exclusive EP with just his production. So I got 2 projects. Probably by January 2021, I'm gonna be dropping on y'all.
You got like 9 albums out already too. You got 2 online, you got 7 street albums. You even sold 16,000 copies out your own car.
Yes, that's true.
How'd that come about?
Well, I've been doing this so long, way older than I look, you know what I'm saying? So, used to have to sell it out the car, man. There wasn't no iTunes, there wasn't no Spotify, there wasn't no Google Play. And one of the main things I did was go to a lot of open mics. I mean, almost everybody down here in the industry knows me because I used to be at every open mic. And I don't mean just rap open mics. I'll find rock and roll open mics, comedy open mics, poetry open mics, and I spread my music. And honestly, the places that are less hip hop were more willing to support. So I sold about 16,000 in 1 year of my CDs off of just open mics. Not even really like, you know, stores, not having no distribution, none of that. Just going to open mics and getting support after performing. So
I seen you been on World Star like damn near 5 times already.
Yeah.
How was that experience like?
It helped. I gained a lot of followers, and you know, you get a lot of hate on World Star too, to be real with you. Like, it actually taught me that you gotta really that taught me how much of tough skin I really had to have. Because I'm not even like on a Nicki Minaj, Drake level, Meek Mill level. And I know that they really got to go through it. Because it's just so many bad comments. Anything that people could come up to say about you, they going to say, especially through World Star. So World Star taught me to have a little bit of tougher skin. And but it also was a great experience because it did help expand my online fan base.
If you didn't become an artist, what would you be fixing to do?
I'd probably be in these streets, man. I don't mean to sound cliche, but I've been in these streets anyways. That's what done funded most of my music. So if it wasn't because of that, I probably would have just been in these streets, just stacking up. I probably would be rich right now because so much money goes into investing in this. You know what I'm saying? Just flyers alone. You want to press 5,000 flyers up at a time. Them things go fast. You know, that shit adds up. Posters add up. Stickers add up. Online promo adds up if you invest in that, which is smart to do. Keeping a wardrobe because you can't keep coming out here wearing the same stuff. You know, it's a lot of money that goes into it. But yeah, if I wasn't doing music, I'd probably be rich. Probably have way more money in my pocket, straight up. But I love it. I love what I do.
What do you feel like your best song you ever released was and why?
Whew, that's hard. That's a real hard one because I have different subjects. I don't know, man. That's so hard. But right now, I got a love song sort of, or like a sad song. I'm really vibing that one because it's something a little new and different called "What Was the Point." But even besides that, like "Legalize It" is one of my big bangers I performed a lot. Or I got a song called Won't Cut My Locks. That was one I performed a lot. I've been booked to perform that one. So the ones that have actually given me money, I mean, I love those songs. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know. Probably every time I make new music, I probably like the new one better than the old one.
Okay. If you can work with any artist right now, dead or alive, who would you work with?
I mean, dead Pop probably. Alive, I believe it or not, I fuck with Kanye crazy ass, man. He's so creative. I think I would come up with something really nice with how he makes beats and his production and stuff like that. But yeah, probably Pac and Kanye.
That's crazy, man. I ain't never heard no one say that.
I know, I'm weird.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how good is your new project compared to your last project?
100. I mean, I really do feel that way though. Every time I drop a new project, the production gets better. I always have new producers. I play with my style more. I play with my ad-libs more. Right now, I got a really good engineer called the Musical Poet, JC the Musical Poet. And he really, I feel comfortable with him. I can go in there and sing off key. I could rap extra loud in the mic. I could just experiment. If I want to talk in the background, if I want to do a woman's voice and play like I'm the woman talking to me, he made me comfortable to be stupid in the booth. So I feel like this new project is way better than the last one.
What do you want people to expect from these new projects that you got out? Or that you about to release soon?
Let me see. I guess the album is more of a relatable thing. Maybe the EP too, but the album is more. My other albums have been more of trying to teach you something, bring enlightenment to something. This album it's got a little bit of enlightenment. It got the little positive lines, the little deep lines in the mix, but it's more about my personal experience. It's more about when I've been out here trapping, or what I've been through with women, or anything like that. It's more of a personal experience. That's what I expect people to get from this album. Probably the EP too, to be real with you.
Do you think you can still continue growing better as an artist? And if so, how do you feel like you're gonna achieve that? What do you have to do to achieve that?
To grow better as an artist, I don't know. I mean, just keep taking constructive criticism. Things I already do, really. Maybe just opening up a little bit more, listening to people a little more. But I already do that anyways. It could be a total stranger pop up on my stuff and might even say something totally terrible about my song. But the next time I go in the booth, I take heed and apply it. Just more of me applying that.
What's your favorite place you ever performed at?
Damn, that's sort of hard. That is hard. I would say the old KOD when it was packed. When it was packed, because I performed in there when it was not packed too. It was too big of a place. But when KOD was packed and performing on that stage, oh my gosh, the energy rush. You just never knew who would pop up. I remember one time I performed at a 420 Fest, and it wasn't while I was on stage, but Rihanna slid through because she had the throw it up, wild out. So she wanted to hear her song in the club, and she popped up. Like celebrities would just pop up randomly when KOD was popping, and that probably made it my best experience. But it's still hard because there's a lot of stuff, man. There's so many festivals I love. The Peace in the Hood Fest used to be live. The Sis Trunk Festival has been live a couple times. There's just so many. South by Southwest in Texas, A3C in Atlanta. I love traveling. I love performing out of town really more than in South Florida because the love is just so much different. The reaction. Here, everybody's standing on the wall, unless they know you, unless just your thing bumping on the radio like in heavy rotation. And even then, they just want to stand there and mean mug you and then come up to you afterwards if they like you. In these other cities, boy, they don't know the lyrics or nothing. They be jumping and vibing, and I love that shit. I just feed off of that energy.
So if you could open up a show for any artist tonight, who would it be?
I mean, I would really open up for anybody that's big right now, to be real with you. Anybody that's big right now. I'm saying
as your personal favorite, though.
Personal favorite? I don't know, man. It's hard, because I really would open. I mean, if Kodak was out, I really respect what Kodak was doing. Like, he reminded me of younger me. You know what I'm saying? So, if he was out, I probably would love to open up for Kodak. But, any of these big artists, the Drakes, any of them, I'm ready to steal all y'all fans. Straight up.
How do you feel the internet has impacted the music?
It's impacted it a lot because, like I said before, once again, you could just do something stupid on the street. You could be a comedian, you could be a prankster, and then drop a song, and now you're this rapper, but really you're just a prankster. You're just a funny dude. You know, it's easier to go viral. The viral thing is what changed the game.
Do you feel like streams had negatively or positively impacted artists?
Both. I say both because it opens the door for you to independently grow your fan base and get your money up. But it also got a lot of these people tricking the game where they pay for these streams, or a label comes along and they put out an artist. You think the artist's independent, but really the label paid for 1 million, 2 million streams and said this independent artist, and now we just signed them. But there's a lot of little tricks that happen with the game now that it's just different. But it's a good and bad. It's a balance.
You got a song called Chemtrail that's been out a few years now. Tell me about that song, because that was kind of interesting.
Yeah, well, you know, I talk about the chemicals and stuff that they dropping on us in the air from these airplanes. And there's all kind of chemical warfare against us, honestly, through the food we eat, through what they put to us on TV, through a lot of different ways, you know what I'm saying? There's just chemicals and everything. Even with this corona thing, you know, there's all kind of conspiracies with the 5G being part of that, you know? So my music, the Chemtrail song is about that and other conspiracy theories, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, you know, they put fluoride in the water, a lot of our drinking water. Even in the video, I take a sink, and I had a clean sink where I was living at the time, and poured the water, and you can see the little flakes floating around and stuff like that. It's they poisoning us, you know what I'm saying? And we have to live more alkaline. We got to live more healthy, you know. Even if you don't want to be vegan or fruitarian, it's good to try to transition into that. We've been tricked to eat how we eat over hundreds of years, maybe even 1,000 years of colonization and slavery and so many different things that got us living how we living now. We got to like empower ourselves from how we take care of ourselves and know that this body is a temple, you know what I'm saying? And it's constantly under attack by the government, by other people, by ignorant people that don't know no better. And that's really what the Chemtrail song was trying to bring enlightenment to.
Why did you become a vegan, and how long you been a vegan?
Boy, at least 16, 17 years.
Damn.
I gave up meat. I can't say I've been total vegan because, you know, there've been late nights in the studio. I done had some cheese pizza. You know, I gotta feed everybody else. I gotta eat too. Some cakes are made with eggs. But as far as eating animals, I haven't eaten animals in like 16, 17 years. And it's partially because the health thing, that we are gods and goddesses and we have to fuel ourselves properly. But it's also because of respect for the balance of Mother Nature. And a lot of the food that we eat is poison. Like I said, they're injecting it with hormones, or they're doing all kind of stuff that it's not even our physical body. Our mental state is not where it needs to be because of the things we're putting into ourselves. Everything we eat becomes ourselves. It becomes our skin. It becomes our hair. It becomes your heart. It becomes your brain. Your brain cells come, you know, you're fueled, you live off of what you fuel yourself with. And we fuel ourselves with so much BS. So that's really what got me more than anything in that direction. So, you know, when I was raised in Central Florida, but when I came back down to South Florida, it was a lot of Rasta dudes and stuff that took me under their wing, and they helped lead me in that direction. And my family being all mixed, we have everything in my family. We got Buddhists, Muslims, 5%ers, Nuwapians, Christians, of course. We got everything. And that also opened my mind to Hinduism and other religions that actually practice veganism that people don't know. Like the Hindus that had this shit on lock for thousands of years. They don't eat meat. It's against their religion to kill a cow. Cow is the most sacred thing in the world. You know what I'm saying? So I really got to give it to my Rasta brethren and stuff and sisterin that led me on this path more than anything.
5%er, what is that? I heard you say that. I don't.
5% Nation. That's like Wu-Tang Clan. That's what they were. 5% Nation. It's a sect of Islam, and they believe that like 85% of the world is lost. 10% of the world knows the truth but hides it from the rest of the world. And then 5% of the world is actually awake. So that's what 5% nation is. But a lot of their principles are based on Islam though. I got cousins that are 5%ers and stuff like that. Yeah, I'm more
Sounds
of a
fucking weird.
I'm more of a Buddhist than anything. Not a Buddhist. I'm more of a Buddhist than anything. But I'm really religious. I don't really have a religion. I build and study with everybody. I see truth and I see BS in everything. I would say I'm more of a Buddhist because Buddhism is more of a psychology. It's not really a religion. There are people that are religious about it, that they might go to certain statues or temples and stuff like that. But actual Buddhism and the teachings of the Buddha is more about meditation and releasing yourself of the ego and releasing yourself of anything negative in your mind and becoming one with everything. That's really what Buddhism is, and I try my best, I'm hood as fuck and I go through a lot of shit. I try my best to live on those principles.
So tell me a little bit about your necklace.
Oh, this right here? These are turquoise stones. I like rocking crystals and stuff. I know everybody on that now, but I've been on that. Huh?
Show it to the camera.
Yeah, this I don't know if you can see it.
No, I'm saying, yeah, get a little closer.
So this is turquoise stones. I know they have a lot to do with each crystal vibrates to something different in the earth. What we don't realize is like, okay, everybody knows there's an animal kingdom. Everybody knows there's a plant kingdom. And we know that those are living beings. But there's also the mineral kingdom. And there's crystals, there's stones, there's ores. There are things in the earth that they actually vibrate, they grow, they multiply, which is basically alive. It's just alive on a slower level than a plant or animal is. So, and not to mention our body is made of iron and crystals. We have crystals in our body. We are electricity and everything. We are vibration. So holding certain things from different parts of the earth, or some of these things come from space too, they vibrate to certain things within us. It might be your heart chakra. It might be your brain. It might help open up your energy to certain positive things. It might even attract prosperity to you and wealth. This is supposed to attract wealth and stuff like that, and also vibrates to the throat chakra, which helps your energy in speaking better and being balanced when it comes to speaking and stuff like that. And every crystal is different. And I rock all kind of beads and stuff. I try to roll with the cultural thing, with the open-mindedness thing, with the spirituality thing. I try to like wear it basically on my sleeve, you feel me? Like got mala beads. These are considered Buddhist. These are more African. People that do voodoo and Santeria and stuff rock these kind of beads. You know what I'm saying? But it's all about enlightening and bringing oneness and unity and openness.
We're talking about how you like to bring enlightenment and you want to open up people's minds through your songs.
Yeah.
What kind of things do you want to bring to light? I know you spoke about being a vegetarian and being Buddhism and meditating, but what other things do you try to come across to people with your songs?
Well, I do have songs about meditation. I do have songs about crystals. Everything. It's anything I could think of to enlighten, anything that I've been studied on that I feel like them set me in a positive path. I try to spread that to other people, especially the hood, because the hood don't get enough of that. You know what I'm saying? So anything, auras, your chakras, health, wellness. But I still got the hood songs too. So like even if I'm talking about trapping out here and being out here trafficking something, or if I'm hustling, I still try to put lines in there because it doesn't matter what you do or what path you on, you could always set your path straight. So it's always trying to bring people back to the light and knowing their own godliness, their own power, their own inner power.
Okay, so besides your songs, what else do you do for your community?
What else do I do for my community? I don't really brag about it like that, but I have given to the homeless. I have been part of a couple things. I haven't necessarily set those things up myself, but anytime there's things are going down to the city or up here in Broward, and Pompano, there's been all kind of stuff with giving and feeding and clothes to the homeless and stuff like that. And as far as for my community too, I think because I stepped out here on a conscious vibe, like people have always been drawn to me. So there's been so many youth that have come to me since I was a youth to now where I'm older that they come to me for advice, and I feel like I have put a lot of people in the right direction, you know, to want to live a more positive life. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. And I know that you said that, you know, if it wasn't for music, you probably would be on the street.
Yeah.
But and it's something that I always ask people, what's your backup plan? Like, you could be out here, you could be wanting to do your music, but there's gonna come a time where you're gonna have to say, is this working for me?
Yeah.
Can I keep doing this? Is it gonna have to go from being my full-time to being my part-time?
Yeah.
What's your backup plan? Do you have a backup plan?
Not really. And like I said, I still be in the
That boy
streets.
believe.
I still be in the streets a little bit, you know. I ain't dealing no dope, you know what I'm saying? Just herbs. To be real with you, don't come at me, feds. But you know what I'm saying? Like just herbal stuff, you know, which I still feel goes along with my image. And eventually that's gonna be legal. So that is my fallback. You know what I'm saying? I will be in the weed game regardless. If I make it with the music, I'm gonna still own some dispensaries out here or something. You know what I'm saying? So that is sort of my backup. Also, there's other aspects with the music that I get more money from music, from promotions, marketing. I've had other club promoters, because they see that I have my flyers all over the city, they hire me to put their flyers all over the city. There'll be a lot of posters out here that are up that people don't know I put them up. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of stickers and flyers and everything. I'm up and down the Tri-County like on a regular basis. So I'm stopping the mom and pop shops, stopping the gas stations, stopping the Jamaican restaurants, Spanish restaurants that let me put flyers up. I'm spreading I always will make money off of music in one way or the other. It might not be off of my songs. And I've also been hired to do songwriting here and there. So I have backups with the music. It might not be me being the star, but I'll always have my little hand in the pot with the music.
Okay. If there was one thing that you could do besides music, if there was one thing that you can do.
Dang, she need to be part of the interview team for real though.
If there's one thing that you could do, I mean, again, outside of music.
Yeah.
Let's just say that music was taken out your plate.
That was my question originally. Like, if you had what would it be?
Yeah.
What do you have a passion
if there was
for?
nothing else, like, besides music, what's your passion? What can you see yourself doing?
All of these positive things that I'm trying to speak into my music. Like I said, I would have way more money if I wasn't having to invest in flyers and all this that. If I had that money,
but you gotta spend money to make.
Yeah,
money.
you have to spend money to make money.
Okay.
If I had more of that money, I probably would have owned some crystal shops and some herbal shops out here and some vegan restaurants. And honestly, that's also part of the ultimate goal too. I don't want to just be a rapper. I want to put things in the community. I want to drop little vegan restaurants in the middle of the hood next to the finger lickings and all these other places that everybody go to. No hate the finger licking, you know what I'm saying? But I definitely would probably invest more in those kind of things. Probably put a crystal shop in the hood. Probably a yoga studio. You know, stuff like that. And those are our ultimate goals still.
Okay.
Do you do yoga?
Yeah, but I've been slack though.
And I hear you talking about your Buddhism and your chakras, so I take it you're into Reiki.
Yes.
Have you practiced Reiki? Do you do it on a constant? Is it something that...
Honestly, I've been slack on a lot of my stuff. You know what I'm saying? I need to practice what I preach a little bit more, to be real with you, but that's because I'm in the streets so much, and then when I'm not in the streets, I'm still doing music stuff, and then that takes up almost, I really don't barely sleep, for real. I know that's what every rapper says, yeah, no team, no sleep. No, I really be I get 2 hours at night, I wake up, I'm back on the go, I get 2 hours in the day, and then that's my sleep pattern on an average basis. So, what was the rest of the question? I'm sorry, I forgot a little off.
No, it was basically just that. It's how.
Oh yeah, the
into
Reiki.
it are you?
The Reiki, yeah, I have done Reiki, and I still try to, when I remember, to at least place my hands on myself. You know, if I'm extra stressed, or even if I'm in pain or anything like that, or it don't even have to be nothing wrong. But I still do try to practice these things. I do try to meditate. It's just not on as regular basis as I should, to be real with you.
Why do you feel like you haven't been doing it?
Because I be so wrapped up hustling. I'm so wrapped up work mode, grind mode, gotta get it. There's another thing to achieve, to accomplish. I'm behind. I feel like the rabbit in Alice in Wonderland. I'm late to an important date, all the time. But that's really why I need to meditate and stuff more often too. And why I do try to, because that does help balance me. Otherwise, I'd be crazy. I probably done shot somebody by now.
What do you use for your motivation or inspiration for your music?
I try to pull from everything. Sometimes it might be something that's happening in the streets. Sometimes it might be something that happens politically. It might be an experience that just randomly happened this week. You know, it could be a relationship I'm in. So I really try to pull from everything in life. You know, whether it's an experience or an observance.
Tell me a little bit about your dreadlocks. Why do you have them, and do they mean something significant to you, or?
They definitely make me feel powerful. When I locked up, I didn't mean to get locks. I was going through a little homeless tip. I used to get my hair braided. I had plaits in my head, and I was just living in struggle, living from couch to couch kind of vibe, and didn't get around to my hair. And next thing you know, when I tried to get around to my hair, I had locks, and I just kept them because I was vibing with a lot of Rastas and stuff, anyways. And I know the spiritual significance and power of your mane and all that, so I've kept them. And it's been about 19, going on 20 years since I cut my hair. Moses told you don't shave your head. Yeshua had hair of wool. They agree he could raise the dead. Samson got played like a fool. Let Delilah cut off his locks. Had a chick try to sabotage my power same way Samson was. All connection to that was God. Baby locks on Buddha's head before they turned him Chinese. And I don't mean that to no offense to anybody that's Chinese. Open up your pioneers. Even samurais had long locks. Jobs won't hide till the scissors chop what's on my head. Y'all to stop. I love my locks. Your boy Mr. Grimm to the Reapa. And you was just tuned in to Straight Facts TV. 555.